Today's topic is adjectives, comparatives. We'll discuss how to use these adjectives as comparatives. So what do the adjectives do? Let's understand what an adjective is. Adjectives describe nouns or pronouns. Now, who are these nouns or pronouns, or what are these nouns or pronouns? Somebody or something. We always talk about somebody or something. So noun is a naming word, right? So that somebody or something can be noun or pronoun. Pronoun is a word used in place of noun. He, she, it, all these words are pronouns. So when we use a describing word, a word to describe somebody or something, that is adjective. So you should understand what the word means, this adjective word. Let's look at these few sentences over here. His statement was ambiguous. So ambiguous, his statement was clear, his statement was unclear, right? We use such words. His statement was unique, a statement was ambiguous. Now here we have the word ambiguous. So whenever you have a word with this OUS suffix here, this suffix at the end, it is an adjective. Courageous, advantageous, all these are adjectives. So ambi is two. So ambiguous means it was not clear, it was unclear. The child is asleep. So asleep is also an adjective. The half asleep child woke up. So sometimes we use these words with a hyphen in between. So this is also an adjective with child, the half asleep child. This was the state of the child. This is an interesting book. Now sometimes we use these ing forms. The previous class always discussed participles, how we use these forms as adjectives. So interesting book. So this is an interesting book. Now you have misunderstood the chief point, the key point, the chief point. So understand one thing, all these adjectives cannot come before nouns. So that's why when you start looking for the meaning of a word or an adjective to be specific in the dictionary, you may find at times this kind of thing written over there, not before a noun or always before a noun. So that means all of them cannot be used before a noun. So that's why we say that the adjective can be used attributively and predicatively. Attributively means it is placed next to the noun. For example, let's say half asleep child woke up. Now, can we ever say the half asleep child woke up, but can we say the asleep child woke up? The sleeping child woke up? We put those words, right? The half asleep child woke up. Now this has come before the noun. This is an interesting book. It has come before the noun. Her statement was ambiguous. She gave an ambiguous statement. So sometimes we use them without the noun after them, and sometimes with the noun. You have misunderstood the chief point. Now let's look at this. You have misunderstood the chief point. If I say you have misunderstood the chief, then chief is no longer an adjective. So this adjective can be used, the word chief becomes an adjective only when you use it attributively. That is, you place it next to a noun. It just comes before the noun, so it has been used attributively. Just remember this, that some adjectives can be used with a noun after them and some cannot be used with a noun after them. Let's look at another example, ill. If I say the girl is sick, and I can also say that girl is sick, ill. Ill and sick both mean the same, but I cannot say that I need to look after the ill girl. I can say I need to look after the sick girl, but I cannot say I need to look after the ill girl. Why? Because ill cannot be used attributively. That means it cannot be used before a noun. This is what we need to remember. Basic thing about adjectives. Now, let's look at these. So sometimes we have to describe a place, person, meal, clothes, house, etc. So please help me now. A place can be what? Use some adjectives to describe a place. Each of you give me one adjective to describe.
Beautiful.
A place can be beautiful. All right. Let's have all those words and give different words. So we've got the word beautiful. Yes. Any other word?
Person. Okay. You are asking for beautiful only, right?
For place only. So a place can be beautiful. Then
A place can be wonderful.
okay, let me ask each of you to give me one word.
A place can be calm and silent.
Calm. Calm and silent. Calm and peaceful. I'll just change the word a little bit. All right. Next.
Meal can be tasty.
No, we'll move on to me later on. First of all, let me get one word for a place only from everybody.
A clean place.
Clean place. Okay, place can be clean. Fine. Clean place.
Can be memorable.
Memorable. Okay, usually we say that incidents and all are memorable, but yes, place can also be memorable. You go there. All right. Any other word that you can think of?
Can we say historic?
Historic. Historic is anything that has significance in history. That is historic.
A place can be unique.
Unique. Okay. You go to a place, you visit a hill station. Yes. Rishi, any word that you can think of to describe a place?
Like I have already told about historic.
Picturesque, mesmerizing, all those words are there, right?
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next one. Person. Let's describe a person. Which all words can you use to describe a person? Let me start with you, Priyantha. Yes?
Handsome person.
Handsome. Okay.
Smart person.
All right. Fine, Priyantha. So you've given handsome.
I'm intelligent.
Honest.
Intelligent. A person can be silly.
So handsome, smart,
Intelligent.
Right. Silly. You've given these words.
Honest.
Honest.
Stupid. Shy.
Shy. All right.
A person can,
Fabulous.
Wait, one by one. Yes, Rajani?
a person can be stupid.
Stupid. Okay, let's get some better words.
Like foolish.
Foolish, stupid, silly, all these are almost similar.
Okay.
If you have to describe
Amazing.
a person can be amazing, a place can also be amazing, right? If you have to describe your friend, let's say, because this is a very common question, Parmeshwari, you asked me at the beginning. A common question in IELTS speaking is that you're asked to describe your friend, right? Or a person, a famous personality, at times you need to describe, or maybe
Charismatic.
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 Humble, ma'am. Humble.
Humble, right?
A kind person.
Kind, okay. Now let's have some high level vocabulary words also. Charismatic, humble, kind.
Can we say fabulous?
Fabulous, yes, we can say fabulous.
Or can we say, ma'am, optimistic and pessimistic?
Yes, why not? We can say optimistic and pessimistic. Optimistic is
Positive and pessimistic.
yes, you are positive in your approach.
Ma'am, can it be cheerful?
Yes, definitely cheerful.
Arrogant,
Arrogant, right.
irritating,
Arrogant, irritating,
famous,
famous. If somebody is irritating, the person can really annoy you, right? Irritating.
Spiritual.
Spiritual, right?
Introvert.
Introvert, correct. Introvert, extrovert,
Extrovert.
right. And if somebody is quite talkative, the person, like talkative itself is an adjective. The person is
Antisocial, social.
sociable. Use the word sociable, not social.
Okay.
Sociable, right? The person is sociable. So if the person is sociable, we can use another word. Yes, the person is
Antisociable.
gregarious, gregarious, right? Gregarious means sociable. You love to be with people.
So gregarious is the synonym for sociable.
Yes.
Okay.
It's high level vocabulary. Right. Okay, any other word that you can think of? So plenty of words to describe people. This is what you need to do. It's through adjectives that you can show your vocabulary. If a person is really famous, then don't we say an eminent personality?
a person can be realistic,
Or realistic? Oh, yes. Person can be realistic, also very practical. Fine, let's move on to meals. Describe your visit to a restaurant. That's such a common question. So will you describe your meal?
delicious,
All right. Let me.
tasty,
Fine. Delicious. Tasty.
Spicy.
Spicy. Okay.
Mouth watering.
Yes, mouth-watering. Then, which other word can you use?
Hygienic.
Yes, hygienic.
a meal can be healthy,
A meal can be healthy. Some other words. If it's tasty, which other word can you use? It's delicious. It's scrumptious. You can use the word scrumptious.
spicy,
Those who have attended the vocabulary class should remember this word, right? Scrumptious. Then
no
you
ma'am, what's the meaning of this?
scrumptious means very tasty.
Okay,
I visit my friend's house on Sundays because she cooks scrumptious meals. So I love to have dinner with her.
okay,
Right? So scrumptious is something that's very tasty. Sumptuous. Sumptuous is rich. On festivals, don't we all have sumptuous meals? Really rich.
Interesting.
Can we say a meal can be sufficient?
Sufficient. It's sufficient for me, but why would you describe meal sufficient? Like you can say it's sufficient, definitely. Anything can be sufficient, right?
Right.
Can we say interesting, ma'am?
Meal interesting. No, menu can be interesting.
Okay.
Right. Okay, let's move on to clothes. So a lot of shopping is done, and most of the students today in the class are all girls. Yes, so clothes can be.
decent,
Okay, decent.
Ending.
Sorry,
formal,
formal. Okay,
Trending.
trendy.
designer, can it be designer ma'am?
Yes, designer clothes.
Can be
Organized.
clean.
Yes, Rishi, what did you say?
Organized.
Sorry?
Organized.
Organized clothes.
Comfortable,
Comfortable, but how do we have organized clothes?
clothes can be simple,
Clothes can be simple.
Can be clean, neat and clean.
Yes, neat and clean.
Clothes
Anything
can be
else?
dirty.
Oh, yes. So would you like to use such basic level vocabulary in your IELTS speaking?
No.
No. So think of something better. I'll give you a pause of 30 seconds. Yes. Yes, Rishi.
Attractive. Can it be tidy?
Tidy, okay. Attractive. Tidy, attractive, fine. Any other word that you can think of? Yes. Fashionable clothes. Traditional clothes.
Ethnic.
Ethnic clothes, right? All these words are there. Hmm? So don't you wear traditional clothes on festivals?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we can have all those words. Let's move on to the house. If you have to describe somebody's house, this is again a common question. So many ways this question can be asked. Describe your house. Hmm? Another can be describe somebody's house that you visited and you really liked it. Or it can be describe a house you would like to live in. See now, so many ways a question can come on house. So obviously we're going to describe the house, rooms, different part. Yes, so a house can be,
Luxurious.
Well organized.
wait, yes, well organized. Okay, Rishi, what did you say? I did not hear you.
The luxurious.
Sorry?
Luxurious.
Luxurious, okay. Right.
Spacious.
Spacious, yes. Like my house has spacious rooms.
Ma'am, can it be affordable?
Affordable? Oh yes, why not?
House can be costly.
Yes, definitely it can be costly also. Who said that? Affordable, costly. If it's costly, you can use the word expensive also.
Can we use grand?
Grand, yes. Now think of your house or think of somebody else's house which you really admire, or any place in your house that you're really fond of. How would you describe that?
Ma'am, can it be perfect house?
Of course, a perfect house definitely will be there.
Elegant house?
All right. Person is also elegant, right? Elegantly dressed. Any other word that you can think of? It's spacious. It's well equipped. House, kitchen can be well equipped. Can't it be?
Yes.
Huh? And your dream house should have a well equipped kitchen. So you see now how many adjectives we have. So if you have to work on adjectives for your speaking, Parmeshwari, you asked me, this is what you need to do and keep on adding more words to the list.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, let's move on. So I'm erasing all these. Let's move on. Let's look at some more. So adjectives, again, the same question. What is an adjective, right? It describes or modifies somebody or something. It modifies, right? Again, it just describes. Dexterous. Now, are you familiar with the word dexterous?
No.
Oh, okay. One way is my friend plays the guitar very well. So when I say my friend plays the guitar very well, and another is my friend is a dexterous guitarist. Through adjective, I've shown my high-level vocabulary. See how important these words. So you can be a dexterous pianist, or you can be an artist. So dexterous guitarist. Now let's look at the word. So I hope everybody's understood the word dexterous. You can use it effectively. Congenial. Familiar with the word congenial? Person can also be congenial. A place can also be congenial. Person. If you have someone who is friendly, congenial, right? I love to be in their congenial company. So it's a friendly one, pleasing. Now look at this. I frequently go to the restaurant, right? Visit to a restaurant. So I frequently go to that restaurant because, why do I go there? Because of its congenial atmosphere. It should be, it's over here. Because of its congenial atmosphere. Because of its congenial atmosphere and relaxed ambience. So ambience, I'm sure you all are familiar with the word ambience. So congenial, pleasing, right? It's according to your taste. So that's why the word congenial has been used. So you go to, so sometimes it happens, you go to a restaurant, you go to a cafe, so you find it according to your taste. So it's congenial. Incorrigible.
Very bad.
Very bad, like you try your best, but still the bad habits of that person do not change, right? Incorrigible. So absolutely right, Khushbu. So many parents feel that their children are becoming incorrigible because of the violent programs on TV. So incorrigible. Behavior is turning out to be pretty bad and it's difficult to control them. So you can use this word. Now, hereditary. Everybody's familiar with this word, I'm sure, hereditary.
Yes.
And obesity is a common topic when it comes to writing, IELTS writing. So sometimes obesity can be hereditary also, right? So we can use the word hereditary, anything. Any quality can also be hereditary. Avid is another one. You're asked about your hobby. Oh, I'm an avid reader. I love to read whichever author you read or any type of books that you read, you can talk about that. So avid is somebody who is, anyone?
Very enthusiastic listener, if he listens or something, like very enthusiastic about whatever he does.
Right. Very enthusiastic about whatever he or she does. So avid reader. Now charismatic, one of you use this word charismatic. Charismatic, you have the charisma, you attract people, right? You leave that kind of impression. So Amitabh Bachchan has a charismatic personality. Many people think so in our country. So
I would request you to please share one more example for avid apart from this reader.
right, definitely. Prabjit, avid can also be, okay, apart from reader. Now,
Yeah.
if you do any activity of which you're really fond of, right? You're really
Okay.
fond of that. For example, suppose you play something, maybe you play golf.
Mm-hmm.
So you're an avid golfer.
Okay.
It can be used that way too. Anything that you do with a lot of enthusiasm, any activity,
Okay.
you can use avid for that. Right? I can say I'm an avid reader. I can also say I'm a voracious reader. So voracious is like I read everything that I can lay my hands on, right? I'm just hungry for that. So voracious can be used that way too. You can be a voracious eater also. Voracious, you're so hungry, right? You have
Right.
insatiable appetite. Insatiable appetite. So insatiable means you may eat a lot, but still you're not satisfied, right? So avid can have voracious as its synonym. Now remember, there are 3 degrees when we talk about, because we compare also, one person is intelligent, another is also intelligent. So who has more intelligence, right? So A is more intelligent than B, or A is the intelligent, how do we put it? The more intelligent of the two. So this is the way we have different degrees: tall, taller, tallest. But we should not say more taller. I should not say, oh, this is more better than the other one. I can say much better, but not more better. So good, better, best, beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. So we should not use 2 types of comparatives together. So I should not say more taller, because tall, taller, this is one way of showing comparison. So this more should not be added before that. Now little, yes, Rishi, you want to ask something? Okay, this is one word that we need to take care of. Little, and another is few. What's the difference between few and a few? You use these words in your essays.
A
Little
few is
and,
a few is extremely less, whereas a few is less.
okay, few is extremely less and a few means some. So do you notice this can be the synonym for some also? Like some people believe, a few believe. Right? We can use a few over there, but if you use few, then that's wrong. And then remember, little is used for uncountable things. You describe uncountable things using little. And few is used for countable. So less students are absent, lesser students are absent, or fewer students are absent today. It should be fewer.
Fewer.
Because students can be counted. Old, older, elder. Are you aware of the difference between older and elder?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
please explain.
Older means the most old person in the house. Elder means like my elder brother or elder sister.
Like head of the family. Oh,
Okay, anyone else?
Old means this is by age. Elder means who born before us, something like that.
All right, so this is a virtual classroom. Now in this virtual classroom, am I the oldest or the eldest?
Eldest.
Eldest, because there is a comparison happening.
Older is used for objects even.
yes. And elder is used for person.
Okay, remember, if you are from the same family, then you use elder and eldest. Otherwise, you use older and oldest. Like Anita is there now. Let me give Anita and Jaspreet are there. So I do not know which word to use. What should I use now? Please help me. So I do not know what I should say. Jaspreet is older or of the two, or Jaspreet is the elder of the two, or Jaspreet is the older of the two?
Older.
Is the older of the two. Why? Because they are not real sisters. They do not belong to the same family. In case both of them are sisters, then what should I say? Jaspreet is the elder of the two.
Elder.
Right?
Yes.
When you belong to the same family, then you use elder and eldest, otherwise older and oldest. Now, some adjectives allow no comparison. You cannot say, oh, this is the most unique thing I've ever heard of. It's either unique or not unique, round or not round, square or not square, perfect. So this is perfect. I cannot say, oh, this is more perfect than the other one. It's either perfect or not perfect. So these are called as absolute adjectives. They do not allow any comparison. You do not compare things. Then other words like northern. Northern, and then we have northernmost. Eastern, easternmost. Senior, seniormost. Junior, juniormost. Right? This is the way we have these degrees for these. So there's no comparative. It's just the superlative there. Positive is when you are talking about one person only. Comparative when you compare two. Superlative when you compare more than two. Are you familiar with what clauses are?
I am not.
Collection of words.
Because if I'm going to explain adjective clauses, okay, let me explain something to you. When we look at the word beautiful, you gave me this right at the beginning today, beautiful. Now this is just one word. Beautiful is one word. Now if I say, beautiful flower. This is a phrase. Right? We have a separate class on clauses. And even in your notes also, all of you should go through your notes or grammar notes. In grammar notes, you'll find a lot of things about clauses. Different types of clauses have been included over there. They've been explained with examples. So beautiful is word. A beautiful flower is a phrase. Now the moment we have a verb in it, right? And if I say, that's a beautiful flower, right? That is a beautiful flower. Now this group of words becomes a clause. This is a clause. So it's a clause that gives us a sentence. Now, right? It's a clause that gives us a sentence. You're familiar with all those sentences where you use although, if, because. So you have clauses, like you have complex sentences. So if you can have adjective clauses also in your sentences, then also you have complex sentences. Now, if I put it this way, my friend. Now, my friend. So which friend? I have so many friends. So which friend? So my friend who lives in Mumbai. Right? Who lives in Mumbai is an architect. So what do we have now? This is a complex sentence. I've shown my range of grammar by describing my friend like this. My friend who lives in Mumbai is an architect. So this is an adjective clause. So when you have a clause is doing the function of adjective. Group of words, there's a clause. When it plays the role of an adjective, it is an adjective clause. So my friend who lives in Mumbai is an architect. So this is an adjective clause. If I put it like this, that I want to meet the girl who is standing outside. So who is standing outside is another clause. Now I can do without who is also. So we have a modifier over here. Right? I can just remove this. So I want to meet the girl standing outside. Which girl? The girl who is standing outside. So the girl standing outside. So this standing outside is a modifier and it describes the girl. So this is another way of showing your range of your grammar, right? Suddenly you feel that you do not have any complex sentence in your writing task body paragraph. You can make this kind of sentences, complex sentences, very easily. All that I need to do now over here is this. That's it. And it will become a complex sentence. If I say that there is nothing, can you help me to complete this sentence? Any one of you? There is nothing. There is nothing. What should I put? Which or that after it? Sometimes this confusion is also there. Yes, Khushbu, what should I put?
There is nothing which I can eat.
There's nothing which I can eat. So remember, thumb rule to remember. After words such as nothing, something, only, all such words, and we are referring to things, always use that. So there's nothing that you cannot do. There's something that is disturbing you. All, some, all such words. Haven't you read this sentence since your childhood? So many times you must have read it. All that glitters is not gold. right? We do not say all which glitters is not gold. We never put which after it. All that glitters is not gold. So after all such words, all, only, nothing, something, what do we put? We put that.
Ma'am, can we say there is nothing to eat?
Yes, definitely we can say that. But now what do we have? We have a complex sentence, right? I mean, this
Yes.
is an adjective clause. This was just to
Yes.
explain. Whenever you refer to, so one is this case, another is when you refer to one out of many.
Okay,
One
ma'am.
out of many. Then you use that for that, like the policy. Now there are so many policies. So the policy that, right? The policy that favors startups has been appreciated by all. So which policy has been appreciated? The policy that favors startups. Right? So when you have this clause which is necessary to understand the meaning of the sentence, we use that. If I put it this policy, that means I'm talking about only one policy, then I should use which. This policy which has. But the policy, now there are so many policies, so I'm referring to one of them.
Ma'am, do we need to put a hyphen between start and ups?
Yes, we need to.
Okay.
We need to. I hope you've understood this part, adjective clauses, and you can have complex sentences very easily in your speaking as well as writing. Just be careful with the way you structure your sentence. Okay, let's continue. And recapitulate a few things. So use comparative form when referring to two, right? Like Ravi is taller than his friend. And use superlative form when you are referring to more than two. Ravi is the tallest among his friends. And put the before the superlative degree one. So when you are comparing qualities of the same person, same place, same thing, we compare two qualities. For instance, Parmeshwari, can you just name two of your qualities, two qualities that you have? Because I just saw your name reflecting here. Yes, Parmeshwari. Two qualities that you have?
I'm helpful.
You're helpful, and anything else?
I'm simpler.
You're simple.
Yeah.
So which quality is more in you? You're more helpful or you're more simple?
More simple.
So that we can say Parmeshwari is more simple than helpful.
Okay.
Like we have here, Susan is more simple than honest. Now somebody can be smart or intelligent. So maybe she's more smart than intelligent. We can put it that way also. So this is the way you compare two qualities of the same place, same person, same thing. Now, this is a common error. Please do not use double comparatives and superlatives. Like we cannot say she's more taller or she's more better or this is more better. Right? This is wrong. So this should not be. So she's taller than her sister. Like Mukesh Ambani is one of the most richest men of the world. Why is it wrong? Because it's rich, richer, richest. So what should it be?
One of the richest men of the world.
Correct. Absolutely right. But
already it is in superlative form.
Yes. So when you review your tasks in writing, revise such things and correct them. In speaking, of course, be careful, and that happens with practice. Just record whatever you have to say. Okay, now use comparative and any other when comparing one with a group of which it is a part. Like K2 is higher than any other mountain peak in India. It is higher than any other, right? Now Srinagar is more famous than any other hill station. Do we consider it as hill station or it's a valley? Anyway, you can put it in the north. Hill station, of course, that's the way we go there. Anything else? If I talk about my city, or my city is more beautiful than any other city in India, right? You have to talk about your city, your hometown. So one way of talking about it is my city is the most beautiful city in India. Or you can also say my hometown is more beautiful than any other place in India. So two ways of putting it.
For live online IELTS classes by expert instructors, log on to yunolearning.com.